So good morning, all of you. So let me start the today's session. So as discussed in the previous session, so we had gone through the concepts of scanline algorithm. Once again, I'll just have a recap of the scanline algorithm, and let me go to the problem that I said today's problem. Okay, so scanline fill algorithm, how exactly the scanline fill algorithm works. So we need to identify the x-intercept along a single y-intercept, and we need to color it. We need to color or fill that particular line with the pixel. Okay, so that is the concept. That is, we are going to scan the areas of a polygon to be filled. We are going to scan the areas of the polygon to be filled with the scan line that is being given. So always we have seen that y intercept goes in unit interval. The y goes in a unit interval, whereas x we need to identify at the different interval time, right? So even this was being explained to you. What is a scan line y bar, right? What are the complexities? And finally, to identify this slope, that is how do we identify a slope of a line? That is calculating delta y by delta x. So slope of the line could be calculated like this, and for the value, incremental value xk plus 1, so we are going to, for the value xk plus 1, we are going to add the slope of the line as xk plus 1 by m. So here xk yk goes in unit interval, yk goes in unit interval. Xk could be calculated xk plus 1. This subscript xk plus 1, this subscript xk plus 1 will be calculated using xk plus 1 by m. Okay, so all together we say this is the concept, right? So this is delta y by delta x. So delta y by delta x. Next, so this was the thing that I had explained you. So we have two types of table. One is active edge table and one is a global edge table. What is active edge table and what is global edge table? Okay, so what is global? What is global edge table? So this is called global edge table. So this table is called global edge table. So one more table we have is a active edge table. So active edge. So we'll create active edge. Okay, we'll create active edge, active table, global table. So this is global edge table. So how do you identify the global edge table? For a scan line YA, so YA comes over here. So how do you write this data structure? As it first you need to identify where exactly you have what are all the vertices, what are the edges of at this moment. So you have AB and AE. At AB and AE, what is the highest value of Y? Highest value of Y at AE is E. Okay, E. And at B, it is YB. Similarly, at this edge, when it is, what is the value of X when the Y value falls minimum? So that is XA, and here also XA. So same in the way you have to write for other vertices also. If vertices have already visited, we will not consider that while writing the global edged table. Okay. So similarly, you should be able to analyze for this also, for the edge. If I ask you to analyze C, scan line at C, that is called YC. So at YC only we have only one edge is there. at this particular edge, what is the maximum y value? It is yb. And what is the minimum x value at minimum? What was the x value at minimum y value? That is here, it is xc, right? So same thing, we are going to write it into the global edge table. And what we are going to do is, we are going to calculate the active edge table. So let me proceed further with the problem. All of you, hope all of you have attend. So all of you have, please join the session. Fine, all of you have joined. So that was on. So we have the problem. Given the vertices A is 2 4, B is 4 6, C equals to 4 1, Y equals to 1 2 6. This has been given in the problem. So you have to solve the problem. Okay. So this is a problem that is being given. All of you just concentrate on this. So Aditya, Sudeep, Abhiram, I could consider your attendance provided if you are live for the session. Okay, later on you can give the attendance. That is not a big issue. Okay, first focus here. So this is the problem, the same problem what I showed in you in the PPT. So you have to fill this using scanline. The value of y intercept is, here it is 1, y intercept at this is 4, y intercept at here is 6, whereas x value is also, you need to, these are all the x values being given. Okay, it is at 4 comma 1, 2 comma 4, 4 6. You have to identify with respect to the scan line. So which scan line will intersect? For example, if it is the scan line passes directly at this vertex. Similarly, you have to find what is the intercept that it intersects over here and over here. Similarly, this intersects at 3. So what is this intercept? What is this intercept? Fill it with this pixel. Fill this with pixel. Fill with this pixel. So similarly, 4 intersects at 2 4. And what is this value? So the value of y will remain the same. Here also the y value will be 4. Y value will be 4 as I stated in the last class, right? So this is the way how I need to continue. Now going to the algorithm. So I'll just erase this. I'll show you the final diagram. So how does it looks like? See, here is a scan line. So you need to identify what you have to identify. This intercept. What will the intercept be using a scan line algorithm? Finally, fine. So now coming to the concept, creating a global edge table, the first sheet. What is this global edge table? So I have created a global edge. First, what you do, given the vertices, sort the vertices in the incremental order of y axis. Sort the vertices in the incremental value of the y axis. How do you sort it? See, given in the PPT. See what all the values being given? 2 4 4 6 4 1. So in the incremental value of y means, first y value is 1, next y value is 4, next y value is 6, right? So first y value is 1, so 4 1. Next y value is 4, 2 4. So next y value is 6. That is, sort the edges with the incremental value of y, that is y min to y max. You have to sort it. When you sort it, you will have these vertices, right? The second step, you need to write the global edge table. So how do you write a global edge table? So global edge table as shown previously. So this is a global edge table, how you have written the global edge table, right? This is a global edge table. You need to write for this problem also the same. How do you write the global edge table? First, for the incremental value of y equals to 1, do we have any vertex? Yes, you have a vertex at y equals to 1. What is that? Y equals to 1. You have 4, 1. You have 4, 1. As I stated here, you have 4, 1 and you have CB and CA. Mark it. Okay, CB and CA. What is CA value and CB value? 4, 1, 2, 4, 4, 1, 4, 6. Right? Now you see here at y equals to 1, you have two edges. In that edge, how do you take from CA? What is the CA value? Let us write. CA is 4124, right? 4124, 412, 4. From this, you have to write the global into the global edge table. What is a y maximum? What is y maximum here? Out of 4, 1 and 2, 4, 4 is a y maximum. Write a y maximum over here and write x value where I always insist you to join the class early. Okay, I'll not allow them inside the class. 4124 out of 4124. So 4 is a y max value, and out of these two vertices for CA, so what is the x value where y falls minimum? Where y falls minimum? 1, no? Y is minimum. So that we have to write as a x value. Similarly, CB. What is CB? What is the coordinates of CB? CB is 4146. 4146. So if I write here 4146, 4, 1, 4, 6. Out of 4, 1, 4, 6. So what is the maximum y value? 6. So 6 will be written here. And calculate, see the x value where y minimum falls. Y is minimum. Here it is 1, no? So that x value will be taken. So this is a completion of the edge table for at the vertex y equals to 1. This is how do we do the global edge table. Now coming to the y equals to 2. Whether y equals to 2, do we have anything? So it is null. So nothing is there. Y equals to 3, nothing is there, right? When you comes to the y equals to 4, at this moment, y equals to 4, again you have two edges. So what are the edges? Again you have, you have two edges, y equals to 4, that is AB and AC. But AC is already been covered, right? AC is already covered. So we'll not take into the consideration. We'll take only the edge called AB. 2446. 2446. So how do you write for 2446? Now let us write 2446. For 2446, can you just help me out? 2446. How do you write? So you write the maximum y value. What is the maximum value? It is 6. And you write the x value where we have a y minimum is less. So y minimum, y is less, it is 4, no? Out of 4 and 6, so 2. So 2 will be taken as a x value. So this is a completion of the global edge table. Similarly, y equals to 5, nothing is there, it is null. Again, you go across y equals to 6, y equal to 6, you could see that. I'll just erase, okay? So when you come to the y equal to 6, what happens? Already y equal to 6. So here we have 4, but already these edges have been covered. So I could treat this as a null, right? So I would treat this as a null. Now this is a completion of the global edge table. Now coming to the active edge table. Active edge table is nothing but This is globally being seen. We are not going to fill the pixels with the scan line. This is the initial stage, continuing with the global edge table. Now coming back to the active edge table. So what you have to do, you have to start filling, that is scan line, you have to fill it like this. The final answer you have to do, you need to identify these vertices like this: 4141, 3.322, 2442. So like this, the scan line 2 intersects at 3.3 and 2 and 42. How do you know? That is an important. Scan line 1 intersect at 4141. How do you know? So that is important. So let me start active edge table. Okay, so hopefully understood, followed. Shall I continue? So we have seen a global edge table. Okay, 2 3 appeared. Where exactly? Which is the table? Oh, this one. Okay, see, once again, sorry for the I'm not told. So you need to calculate the slope. Okay, once again, uh, uh, I'll calculate right now. Okay, how did you get this one? This is a slope of a line. So we have slope of the line, that is 1 by m. So that how it is calculated, I'll just show you. For y equals to 1 here, you have what are the coordinates of CA? The coordinates of CA is 4124. No, so just write it down: 4124, 41, you have 24. Calculate slope of the line, that is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus, since we are taking here reverse, you have to calculate the slope of the line. What is the slope of the line? Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus 1. This is slope of the line. Okay, delta y by delta x. Similarly, this one also for the coordinates CB. So what are the coordinates? First identify the coordinates, then calculate the slope of the line. Slope of the line becomes 0. Minus 2 by 3 is the value of m. That is being calculated for this value. Similarly, here also, one is being calculated based on this AB. Okay, clear. Let me proceed. Hopefully understood. Now coming to the concept of active edge table. In fact, I forgot it. As you have seen here yesterday also, we have to write down the slave value, that is 1 by m of CB. That is first we calculate the slope and reverse it. Okay, in the third category of the global edge table. So now we'll continue. Now what you have to do, you have to active edge table. So note down the first value, that is CA. Okay, 41 and 24 you have to calculate, right? So you have what you have, CA equals to 41. You copy this table, CA at CA equals to 41, and we have one more is 24. Two edges are there. So what is the data from the global edge table? It is y max, xy min, my 1 by m is minus 2 by 3. Hopefully followed this. I copied this first at this edge. What is the first edge? It is 41. At 41, so I copied this data 44 minus 2 by 3 for a CA. Okay, and 24. I'll copy this also. I'll show you how exactly. Now you need to calculate. So the calculations I have shown you. Sorry. See, this is the calculations how I got my global edge table. 4 minus 2 by 3. Calculating the m. That is reversing. Here 1 by m has been written. Remember, this is also 1 by m. Fine. This is 1 by m. Those the calculations I have shown. Now coming to the active edge table. Hopefully all of you followed. No doubts. Okay, fine. Let me continue. Now coming to the active edge table. So in active edge table, we are going to fill the line with the pixel. From where to where? That is, I need to identify scan line 1 has to be filled at only 4141. Scan line 2 has to be filled only at 3.32 and 42. Right? Scan line 3 has to be filled only at 2.3, 2.632, 4,3. All these values are y values. See, y equals to 1, y equals to 2, y equals to 3, y equals to 4, y equals to 5, y equals to till 6. But whereas when you think of this, see, these are all the x values that are varying. These are all the x values that are varying, so that you need to identify how exactly you will identify. That is a challenging for you in the global edged table. Okay, so what we are going to do now, let us consider this active edge table. So always active edge table begins with a null node, because nothing has, zero is will be there, no null node. So I'll take this null node and ends with the null node. So let us see where exactly null node. See, you see, ends with a null node. 6 is a null node, starts with a null node. So where we do y equals to 0. So we have to start with y equals to 1. Y equals to 1, what is there in the global edge table? Just copy this. Okay, into the page, you just copy. Okay, sorry. Okay, now fine. I'll forward this sheet. Here, active edge table begins a null node and ends with null node. So same thing I have copied from the global edge table at I equals to 1. I equals to 1, what we have? So from the null node, it is being going to transmit this data structure. So from this data structure, what you are going to do is, you have to calculate x1, y1, x2, y2. What is y value? It is 1. So what is y value? It is 1. So we have x1, y1, x1, y1, x2, y2. So how do you calculate x2, y2, x2, x1, y1, x2, y2? So y1 is always common, no? So as I said, throughout this line, y remains the same. So y equals to 1, I directly copy from here. Whereas coming to the x, so how do you calculate x from here? So x is, where do you have a x value always? So you written the global edge table. Here is you have a x value. So x value is 4. What about here? What is the x value? What is the x value? Here you have a x value, x2. So x1, x2 will be copied, whereas y1 remains the same. So y1 will be remains the same. Hopefully understood. Right? Now for I equals to 1, that is treated as y equals to 1, you have to extract x values from here. That is 41 to 41 fill color at scanline 1. This job is over. Hopefully followed. Shall I continue? Okay, so next what we are going to do is, okay, so next what we are going to do is, see, we are continuing with the same data structure. At next scan line I equals to 2, I need to identify where exactly I need to fill. So how do you identify that? That is, you increment y in unit interval. Obviously you will increment y in unit interval. So I equals to 2. So for the same global table, you know the concept, x is incremented in the reverse of the slope, x plus 1 by m. So x plus 1 by m is my x intercept. So what I will do is, so here y, this global edge table, I'm not going to modify it, whereas I'm adding 4 plus minus 2 by 3. So 4 plus minus 2 by 3 will be the next x value. So that I'm going to update it over this table. This x value, no, the second compartment always consists of a x value, no. So this will be updated with x plus 1 by m. So x plus 1 by m is 4 plus 4 minus 2 by 3, that will be 10 by 3 will be updated. Similarly here 4 plus 0 will be, so this we have to add 4 plus 2 by 3. So this will be added here at I equals to 2. We are adding it. We are adding the slope to the x value to the same previous. So that gives 10 by 3, 6. Now I equals to 2, increment y in unit interval. Okay. So that is y is incremented in unit interval. This itself is a y value. Now I need to write the intercepts like this, 41 to 41. So from this, how do you write it? From this, how do you write? Y value is common, no? 2 is a common. What about x value? How do you take x value? 10 by 3. 10 by 3 is a 3 by 3. And how did you get 4? So since 4 plus 0 is 4 itself, I'll get x2 value as 4 2. So this has been completed, right? Here you don't have a complexity. In further, you have some certain kind of complexity when the I value reaches equivalent to 4. Okay. Now let us continue. So I equals to 3. Similarly, I equals to 3. What happens? Slope has to be incremented. No, 10 by 3 plus of minus 2 by 3. So that will be 8 by 3. That will be 8 by 3. This is you are adding 10 by 3. You are adding the slope and you are going to get it in 8 by 3. And again 4 plus 0. You are adding it and you are going to get it. I'm going to replicate the same table and I'm finding this from this, right? From this, how do you find a y value? Y value is 3. So 3 value is common here. 3 value is common here. Whereas coming to the x value, so it is 8 by 3 is 2.6. Similarly, here the y value is 4. So you are going to calculate the draw a line and color till 2.6 to 4.3. Hopefully understood. Now what we are going to do is we are going to continue. So now the concept, when the challenge comes when I equals to 4. This is a very important concept. Try to understand. If I have understood till here, it is okay. So when I equals to 4, you are not, definitely you are not going to add the slope. That is 8 by 3 plus minus 2 by 3 or 4 plus 0. You're not going to add. Since I equals to 4, you could see that there is a already I equals to 4, y equals to 4. We have one of the edge that is being coming, that called 6 to 1. So at that moment, we simply add that into the active edge table. 6 to 1 will be added to the same previous node. That is y equals to 3. You got it, no? And you have selected x1, y1, x2, y2. Same what you do, 6 to 1. Try to understand. You will add the new node that is at I equals to 4 from the global edge table. From the global edge table, you are add over here. And definitely you are not going to add any slope value. And in this case, you have to delete one of the node where this I false, y value false 4. That is, whether in this table, what is the value of y? It is 6. What is the value of y? 4. What is the value of y? 6. Is it or not? These are all the value of y, no, in the from the global edge table. So you delete that node. So you will delete this node. You delete. Why I delete this node? Because here the y value falls 4. So this is one of the method. When the y value falls 4, that case we are going to delete that node. So here what we could delete is, we could delete this node. This node. So this node is deleted and nothing is being done. Now you have to draw the coordinates from 621 and 640. So let us see here. How do you draw? You have to draw the value from 621 and 640. Clear? What I did, when y equals to 4, no slope is being calculated from the previous value. Remember, when I equals to 3, okay, I used to 4, I would observe that there is already an edge. Hence, I'm not going to add the slope. Don't add the slope. Simply you add the new node that is being came from the global edge table 6 to 1. So 6 to 1 was there, no? See, from the global edge 6 to 1 was there, no? So from the null, 6 to 1 was added. See, from to this 6 to 1 is added, and we have to delete one of the data structure. So which data structure has to deleted? Where y value equals to 4, same equals. So y value equals to 4 is here, no? So that is being deleted. See, this is being deleted. And let us continue. Whose y is same. So what we are going to do immediately, 621 and 640. So you are not going to add the slope. You have to draw x1, y1 value. What is the x value from here? 2. What is the x value? 2. What is y value? Obviously, it is 4, 4. 2, 4, 4, 4 is the next intercept. Next, immediately, what we are going to do is I equals to 5. Again, I equals to 5. You have to add the slope. How do you add the slope? How do you add the slope? So this remains the same. 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. So this is being continued, okay? 2 plus 1 from the global edge table. So it is 3. Again, 4 plus 0, it is being added. So this is b is equals to 4. So you from I equals to 4, since the slope of the line we have an edge, we are not going to add the slope, we are adding the extra added edge, and we are going to delete where y equals to 4 from that. So we have received this from the above. You could see from the above we have received this. So we have deleted this and we have received this. Okay, now you have this I equals to 5. So what do you how do you eliminate the intercepts? So I equals to 5, I equals to 5, same. From here x value is 3 after adding the slope, and y value equals to 4. So draw the line for 3 5 to 4 5. Right, similarly what you do, you continue for I equal to 6. You have to stop where actually when it comes null again. So now you could see here what you have, I equal to 6. You have to add the slope. How do you add the slope? Again 3 plus 1 is added, right? It is 4. Again 4 plus 0 is added, it is 4 added, right? Slope remains the same, 1 by m remains the same. So again 4, I withdraw the line for I equal to 6, that is I equal to 6. You have the same thing. So x value will be 4 and x value will be 4. So 4 6 to 4 6. Here you end. Again it is a null, is it or not? So these are all the set of lines that you are going to do, right? Fine, hopefully understood. Now then finally see, from you have to draw all these lines from scanline line 41 to 41, what you have withdrawn from this global edge table. Only the trick you have is whenever you have the I value equals to 4, that is y equals to 4, when you get a new edge, what you have to do is you add that node, don't add the slope, and you delete that particular node, that is edge, where I equals to 4. So you completely delete it, and from these two you have to eliminate x1 y1 x2 y2. This itself is a trick. So I'll forward, I have already forwarded this, then you have to write this, what is the scan lines for this particular line. So this itself is your lab program. So in the lab program we do follow certain data structures. Okay, so that time in the lab I'll explain it. And regarding theory, this might be an important question for you for the examination. So I request you to all of you to give the attendance, and you know as of now just convey whether have you followed. Okay, see for internals you have a portion till here, so that is OpenGL till here. So you might expect questions, two questions, that is 25 marks 25 marks from this model, and two questions from this part, 25 marks 25 marks from this part. Okay, there is no mix of the questions of the modules. Okay, 25 marks or 25 25 or 25. So you would expect a question on scanline and polygon area functions, polygon fill area functions, right? General scanline with the problem, vector method, right? Inside outside test as such, how do you identify the inside outside test, all those things. So the question bank that I have given you, so that would be useful for you. So in the first module there are few of the out of syllabus questions. In fact it was a previous syllabus thing, so you could eliminate those questions. Rest of the questions are very good. And here also this you could refer, explain the polygon classification, explain the ways of identify concave polygon, explain the various identifying interior region and exterior, that is inside outside test. So winding number test and odd even rule test. Then vector method of splitting, this is also an important to identify a concave polygon, whether it is a concave. Then describe OpenGL polygon free area. If you have not followed this, so I could explain once again the next week what vector method of splitting a concave polygon. So that is we have here so vector method was this one. This was a vector method. Okay. You have to identify vector method of splitting a con. You could expect one problem from this. So you need to identify whether it is a concave or convex. So how do you identify? I have told you, you have to calculate the cross product of this. So how do you calculate the cross product? I've shown you the column matrix, multiplying it if any one of the vertices that is this negative false means we say that it is a concave polygon. We have to split along this. So in the y-axis, if any one of this falls, E2 cross E3 falls -2. Hence, we do conclude that it is a concave and we have to split along E2 cross E3 in order to eliminate the concavity of a polygon. So this is also an important question. So how do you split a triangle? Only this is an important method, calculating the cross product of it. So let me stop the session today as of now. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the WhatsApp group. I'll communicate. So those who have not given the attendance can give the attendance in the chat session.